You be my partner. Then the next round, I'll take Hortense, and you and Hildegard can play together, okay?
My own son.
Mother, what are you doing here?
What on earth?
Mother, I wasn't expecting to see you, but then you can sit in for a rubber or bridge. You can take my place, okay?
Who is it?
Kelly, it's Marcello.
Marcello, you're here. Hang on. Hi. Oh, it's so good to see you. Come in.
You. Hello.
Well, how do I look?
You look infinitely better. I can see the difference now. I heard it over the phone in our conversations, but now that I get a look at you, you're very changed.
Well, I feel changed. I mean, how do I look to...
You've become a beautiful, elegant lady, full of confidence in yourself. You've taken charge of your life, and you're handling it very well, I should say.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, you're not just saying it to make me feel...
I mean it absolutely. I couldn't be more proud.
Well, thanks. It really makes me happy.
Kelly, what are you doing here? Why aren't you out enjoying this beautiful Bermuda evening?
I haven't been going out very much.
Why not?
Because I don't know anybody, and I'm just not very good at meeting people, you know.
Well, so you've been sitting on your balcony and watching the sunsets?
That's about it.
We're going to have to change all that, starting tonight.
Let's see what we have here. Letter addressed to Channing. Now, what is Cruz doing with Channing's mail? Uh-huh. Well, it's from Lindsay Smith. I know him. He's an attorney. Nice guy. Now, why was he writing Channing? My darling Channing? I don't believe that. Is this some kind of joke? No, it's a love letter. To Channing. Yeah. It's a love letter written by Lindsay Smith to Channing.
How long has it been since we were last together? I miss you so much. This love of ours, our secret, which we can't ever share with the world. Your lover always, Lindsay. Incredible. Is it possible that Channing was gay?
Mrs. Capwell, what is it? What's wrong?
Nothing's the matter. What are you talking about?
You don't look well.
Cece having you spy on me?
I don't spy on anyone, Mrs. Capwell.
Well, I'm fine. I'd be a lot better off if people weren't checking up on me all the time.
I was simply concerned about you.
Of course you were, Rosa. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. You've always been so kind to me. You've never questioned me.
Every one of us has problems at times, big problems.
Well, I'm going to be all right. I just feel so edgy tonight, that's all. I shouldn't be taking it out on you, though. Please don't tell Cece anything about this.
I don't gossip either.
I know you don't, Rosa. I'm sorry.
I should get back to my work.
Thank you. What am I doing? I don't want to make an enemy of Rosa. I need to talk to somebody who can help me, but, who can I trust? I know.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, Frank. Guess I better have a double next time to make up for it.
I think you better not have any more at all.
No, I know when I've had enough, and one spilled drink isn't nearly enough. That's my office phone. Mason Capwell, Esquire.
Mason, hello, it's Gina. I need to talk to you. If I come down there right now, can you see me?
Well, I'm always available for consultation, Gina.
Oh, wonderful. I'll be there in a few minutes. Rosa, I'm gonna go on an errand. Watch Brandon for me.
Thank you, Frank. If you keep taking such good care of me, I'll have to do something nice for you one of these days.
I'm sorry, Warren. Sorry. Well, thought we had a good chance. I thought this guy would take the case.
I was so sure your article would change people's minds. At least some people's.
Well, you can only change some people's minds some of the time. Not that guy's. You know, we're lucky he turned us down.
He seemed almost afraid.
Yeah, it's the impression I got. It's incredible how the Capwell name gets to these people.
Yeah, there's Mason Capwell over there.
Yeah, he's your luck these days, I understand.
Yeah, from what I gather, his father really worked him over. At least that's the rumor at the station. It seems Cece got him fired from the DA's office and then saw to it that no one else would take him in.
Well, I'm gonna lose a lot of sleep worrying about Mason.
Hey, I just had a thought.
What's that?
Why don't we have Mason handle the case?
Mason, no.
Oh, well, why? It seems like he might enjoy an opportunity to get even with his father, and from everything I hear, he sure could use the job.
Maggie, that's a nice, compassionate, considerate thought, but no, Mason's not the right guy for the job. Don't worry, we'll find someone to do it. You just have to keep looking, okay?
Yeah, but haven't we, looked through all the attorneys in Santa Barbara already?
Not by a long shot. We have yet to check the yellow pages.
Well, hello, Gina. You made good time.
I got here as soon as I could.
What did you want to talk to me about?
Do you know where Hank Judson is?
Hank? Why do you want to see him?
Well, is he still in town?
Yeah, he's still here.
Where is he?
Well, I don't think you should try to contact Hank. That would be dangerous.
Mason, don't tell me what to do. I have to see him.
This is very important to you, isn't it?
Yes, very important.
Okay, but I think it'd be better if I contacted him, had him meet you somewhere here, if you like.
Well, that's fine. I don't care how you have to do it. Just do it and do it fast.
Be kind of bossy, Gina. I hope becoming Mrs. C.C. Capwell hasn't gone to your head.
Sorry, Mason. I'm just in a hurry, that's all.
Why do you want to see Hank?
My business.
Well, I think as intermediary, I have a right to...
No, I don't think you do. Don't ask me any questions. Just do me a favor. In the hospital, you said you wanted to help me, so just help me.
Okay, but I hope you realize that your new husband wouldn't be happy about this if he knew.
Well, I'm trusting that you won't say anything about it.
Silence has a price, Gina.
Mason, for once in your life, do somebody a favor without putting a price tag on it.
It's easy for you to say, Gina. You just merged with one of the Fortune 500. I'm on the outside looking in.
Now you know how I've felt most of my life. Mason, just get Hank here and get him here fast. I'll be waiting by the phone.
Where are you going?
Back home.
Well, I can try to contact him now if you'll be a little patient.
Really? Can you do that?
Well, I don't guarantee that he will be there, but I can try.
Oh, do try, please. I'm sorry that I'm being rude. I have a lot of problems right now I can't talk to you about.
Problems that only Hank Judson can solve? Don't blame me for being a little curious, do you?
Be as curious as you want, Mason. Just get him here.
Kelly, I understand very well how you must be feeling. It's always easier to lock yourself away from the world, not to invite problems. But you must understand, the longer you avoid active contact with it, the harder it's going to be for you to reestablish it.
Marcello, I just don't feel like going out. I don't even want to be seen by anybody right now.
All the more reason for you to make the effort. There's a great deal of joy and happiness to be had out there.
Yeah, well, I haven't found it like that so far.
Kelly, you mustn't let what happened defeat you. You have too much to give and to take from life. Come here. Listen to me. I want you to put on your loveliest dress, your finest jewelry, and whatever shoes that you can dance the best in, because we are going out in the town.
Oh, Marcello...
No. No arguments. These are doctor's orders. I want to see you become the beautiful woman that I know you can be.
Well, I don't feel beautiful.
Well, you will. As soon as you put your clothes on, you'll feel, I promise.
All right, and if I'm not, can I stay here?
Absolutely not.
Aye.
Absolutely not. Now, listen to me. You've trusted me before. I've never let you down, have I?
No.
I'm not going to now. And I know that you can be fun and you can be charming and you can be wonderful company if you want to be.
Yeah, well, I don't think so. Not anymore, anyway.
Kelly, I think you're wrong. And I'm going to prove that you are. I flew all the way here from Santa Bárbara to help you, but I need you to help me also. What I want is your promise that you're going to make an effort to try to enjoy yourself tonight. Will you, please?
Marcello, if you have to work at this, it's not very much fun, is it?
All right, we'll take a vote after the evening is over. Now, let us see a complete transformation, yes?
I'll do my best. But I don't think it's going to do any good.
I don't have to guess what brought you down here.
You don't, eh?
No. Augusta called you, didn't she? She has been spying on me, and she called you to get you to come down here and spoil things for us. Huh?
Oh, yes, she called me. Oh, yes.
Mother, you give new meaning to the word succinct. All right, ladies, I guess we have accomplished what we set out to do. I thank you. Oh, listen, on your way out, could you give the Augusta the impression that something very risque has gone on here? Thank you again for the favor.
Anytime at all, Lionel. You know, we're always glad to help. Nice to meet you, Mrs. Lethbridge. All right, girls, let's go. And remember, make it look good.
Minx caught you. Oh, I bet she makes life just miserable for you. Really miserable.
I'm sure you and Augusta find this very amusing. I don't. And I don't want to be used by either of you.
I don't like being spied on, Mother. I mean, Augusta throws me out of the house and then follows me around like some kind of a gumshoe checking up on me.
Well, she was right to throw you out of the house. If I'd been in her place, I probably would have strangled you.
Mother, look, I know that you have heard a lot of things from Augusta. I would like you to hear my side. I mean, it happens to be the truth. But if you're gonna be like Augusta and not have an open mind about things, well...
I'm willing to listen, but I know your story.
Somehow, I don't think you really do.
Why did you keep seeing Sophia when she was Capel's wife?
I was in love with her. Or perhaps desperately infatuated. I couldn't help myself. Oh, I know you don't have much patience with that, but things can happen, you know.
You don't know the havoc you've caused.
I have a pretty fair idea, Mother.
I suspected what was happening. I should have stopped it there and then.
Mother, the important thing is that you believe that Sophia and I are no longer having an affair. I mean, that is the important thing. That's what Augusta thinks. But it's simply not the truth.
Well, nothing changes the fact that you have caused Lakin and your wife severe suffering. And possibly Warren, too.
I know I've caused everybody a great deal of pain. But I want to get Warren and Lakin's forgiveness. I want Augusta back. I just want to be home with my family. And I'm willing to do whatever I have to accomplish that.
Well, I don't believe you can. Any more than you can hold down a job.
What are you talking about? Of course I can hold down a job.
What makes you think so? You never have.
Well, that's ridiculous. Anybody can hold down a job. I can probably do it better than most.
Would you like to make a bet on it?
Well, sure, I'll make a bet. Name your price and I'll win.
Well?
Well, I called round, pulled a few strings. Hank should be here any minute.
Thank you.
See that table over there? Why don't you wait there for him? You can see him come in.
Good idea. I owe you one, Mason.
You owe me more than that, Gina. One day I may be coming around to collect.
I don't doubt it for a minute.
this after Channing had broken up with Santana. Channing certainly may not have been himself then, but to get involved in something like this? I wonder who else knows the truth about all this. Cruz must. Probably his assistant Maggie. And Peter. Of course, Peter must have known he was blackmailing Channing. That's just his cup of tea. And then there's Lindsay Smith. That's 4 people. Dad certainly doesn't know. He doesn't have an inkling that his favorite son, his golden boy, the Capwell Prince, was really the Capwell Princess.
Oh, what a fine time I'm going to have spreading that bit of news around.
Now, let me make sure I understand the terms of this deal. I am to get a 9-to-5 type job. I'm to hold on to it for at least 2 months. And in return, I get part of the financial responsibility that I had that you gave to Brick.
That's right.
Uh-huh. Well, it seems so simple, it's almost laughable. What if, hypothetically speaking, I blow it?
That's easy. I'll never give you another chance.
I don't want just part financial control. I want all of it.
I'm not going to lose Brick.
Well, find something else for him to amuse himself with. But I get to handle all the stock transactions and anything to do with money.
Now remember, it has to be a real honest-to-goodness offshore. And you have to live on the money that you earn.
You know how to make it tough on a guy, don't you?
It's high time you learn to take care of yourself.
You realize, of course, that you're treating me like some kind of an irresponsible teenager.
I'm treating you the way you behave, like an irresponsible teenager.
Well, I know you're baiting me, but I'm going to take you up on it all the same. And I'm going to prove that you're wrong. I don't know why I should have to prove anything to my own mother at my age, but I'm going to do it.
We'll see.
Yeah? Not only are you going to reinstate me financially, but you are going to help me win Augusta back. Is that a deal?
A deal. And by the way, Cruz Castillo is investigating the tunnel.
He is? Why?
I don't know. I'm not sure. He wouldn't tell me the truth.
You look fabulous, an absolute transformation.
Don't tease me.
No, I'm not. I'm totally serious, and here, these are for you.
Thank you.
Come here. I want to look at you. Come here. Kelly, you look absolutely beautiful. Come here. I want you to see what I see.
Marcello, you're embarrassing me. No one has told me I'm beautiful ever since Joe, you know?
Well, then it's high time that someone did, because you really are. But don't take my word for it. Look for yourself. Look for yourself. Don't you see what I see? Beautiful blue eyes, lovely shiny hair, that gorgeous clear complexion of yours.
Marcello,
Kelly, these are simple statements of fact. If you had been born with a deformity, you'd have to learn to live with that. As it is, you have to learn to live with your own beauty. These are accidents of nature, not matters of design. You're very fortunate. Learn to enjoy it.
Look, Marcello, I want to believe you. And I want everything to be all right. It's just sometimes
Kelly, I've never lied to you before. I don't intend to start now.
Why are you making such a big case for Mason Capwell?
Because I think my idea's a good one. Mason has a razor-sharp mind. Not too many people can defend themselves against that. And it's probably why he has a lot of enemies.
Maggie, I'm not buying.
It's personal for you. He's a Capwell.
No, it goes way beyond that. Look, Cece may have kicked him out, but when the pressure's on, the Capwells always stick together. Now, Mason's not going to take a case that might go against his own father. I think if he does, he's going to let us down when things get rough.
I'm sorry, I don't agree with you. Besides, Mason's one of our last hopes.
Well, we haven't got a prayer.
Warren, look. It's my husband we're talking about. And I think I ought to have the final say on who handles the case.
Sure you do. I'm just here giving advice, that's all.
Yeah, I know. And thank you very much, but I want Mason to handle the case, so I'm going to go over there and talk to him.
Maggie, you're making a big mistake.
Well, I don't think I am.
Well, Officer Gillis, I hope you've come to frisk me.
No, actually, I've come to see if you were interested in taking the case.
Ah, well, if my ears are perking up, pay no attention. They do that from time to time.
Well, would you be interested?
Well, I'm a busy person, but you know what they say. If you need something done, ask a busy person. What sort of case are we talking about?
Well, it's a negligence case. It involves my husband against a very large, powerful conglomerate.
Jack the Giant Killer. I like the concept already. Why don't you sit down and fill me in on the detail? Warren, would you care to join us?
Well, to be fair, I have to tell you that I've already seen several lawyers, and they've all refused to take the case.
Probably too complex for them. I like the sound of it. I'd be very interested in handling it.
I think you'd better hear the rest of it before you commit yourself. My husband's name is Benjamin Gillis. It's a personal injury matter, and the suit is against Capwell Enterprises. It names your father, C.C. Capwell, specifically.
I see.
Augusta. Lionel told me I could find you here.
Minx, you scared me to death. What do you mean Lionel told you?
He's on to you, my dear. He's tricked you. He's made a fool of you.
Well, that's hardly news for the front page, is it? He's been tricking me for years. I have a feeling that Mason Capwell tricked all of us. Did you find out what Lionel was doing with those three, we'll call them ladies for want of a better word?
I'm not going to go into that now. Do you want Lionel back?
Back where? I certainly don't want him at home, not the way he is. Of course, if he changes, it might be a different story.
Well, that's fine. I want him to change, too. But I don't think he can. But I'll find out.
What have you got up your sleeve?
Oh, a little test.
Oh, we're always testing everybody.
And finding them wanting.
Well, don't expect any better from Lionel. He always fails tests.
We'll see. Augusta, you're being perfectly ridiculous, you know. Sitting up here, spying. Perfectly ridiculous.
Sure took your own sweet time in getting here, didn't you?
You're lucky I came here at all. I wasn't sure if I'd be walking into some kind of a trap.
That's rich. You're afraid of me?
Not afraid. Just very cautious is all.
Would you like something, sir?
Yeah, I'll take a Boilermaker. Now, what is it you want?
I need your help.
You can go right on needing it.
Hank, I could pay for it.
Oh, yeah? What is it you want?
Well, when I was in the hospital, the doctors gave me some pills, and I just need some more, that's all. And I know if it's anything out there that they're gonna sell, they'll sell something to you, so that's why I'm asking you. I got the bottle right here,
Why don't you just ask your doctor for a refill?
He doesn't give me one. He doesn't realize the kind of pain that I'm in. He's a stuffy kind of guy. He doesn't like to prescribe drugs for his patients.
So what you're telling me is that you've picked yourself up a nice little habit and you want me to feed it, right?
No, not right. I just want one refill, just one. I'm not some kind of drug addict.
Not yet, you're not.
I'm not going to be. It's just that I happen to need them right now, that's all.
Yeah, well, your fancy husband ought to have quite a few connections. Why don't you get him to throw his weight around a
No.
little bit?
I don't want anyone else to know about it. It's just between you and me.
Hey, you realize you're putting yourself right square into my hands, don't you?
Of course I know I am. I don't have any choice.
You're that desperate already, huh?
Yes, I am. I'm in a lot of pain right now. Are you going to help me or not?
Forget it.
What?
I'm not getting nothing for you. Not if you try to run me down with that car. I mean, why should I do any favors for you? No, you find yourself another dealer, baby. My table's closed.
Well, I told you wouldn't take it.
I didn't say I had turned it down, Warren. I'm just surprised that you would ask me to take a case that would involve suing my father.
It wasn't my idea.
I'd like a fuller description of the case. See what paperwork you've accumulated on it.
Well, we've got a lot of that.
Look, it's a waste of time. He'll take a look at all of it and then run the way everybody else has. Nobody takes on Capwell Enterprises in this town, least of all someone who's a Capwell himself.
Warren, don't be too quick to decide what I'll take on and what I won't take on. I may be your last hope. Now, as for going after my father, I'd be more than happy to see him pay for some of the things he's done to me and to a lot of other people as well.
Mason, I know you've been kicked out and you're scrounging around for bucks right now.
Aptly, if inelegantly put, gossip travels fast around here, doesn't it?
Mason, should you choose to take the case and go after Capwell Enterprises and your dad, I think you should take the time to think what he might do to get even with you. And think about how long it might take for you to cave in under the kind of pressure he can bring to bear.
I've already taken his best shot, Warren. I'm still here. In spite of what you may think, I do have a mind of my own. I don't dance to my father's tunes. I never have. If I did, I wouldn't be in the mess I am now. Now, if that's not good enough for you, you go ahead and try to find another attorney. In spite of what you might think, some beggars can be choosers.
Well, why don't you come with us over to my place and look at the stuff that we have? At least I'd get a real qualified opinion on it.
All right. Lead on, Officer Gillis.
So, what do you think?
It was, I had fun.
You did? Good.
You've been really patient with me, Marcello.
It's part of my job.
Yeah, but I have a feeling that it's more than just a job for you.
Well, in some sense it is, of course. I like you very much. I want to see you return to your old self, happy and carefree.
And how did you know I was ever happy and carefree?
Call it psychiatric intuition. Coupled with reports from practically everyone who ever knew you.
You know, it's kind of unfair in a way, because you know so much about me and I know almost nothing about you.
Most psychiatrists lead lives of quiet anonymity. It seems to be our destiny.
Yeah, but I want to know things about you. I mean, what about your family? Do you have brothers and sisters? And
I lost my family in the war.
oh, I'm sorry.
See, my work has been the focus of my life. I want to help people who have problems such as yours, where they've been through great emotional trauma. I never got over losing my parents. I still hate the war that killed them and the men that murdered them, and if I could, I would make sure that no one suffers what I did. I want to help people who had loss such as mine.
I should have known.
Known what?
That you had to have been hurt yourself to be so compassionate for other people.
Kelly, do you hear the music?
Oh, they have an orchestra downstairs for dancing.
Yes, and a very good one. Would you like to dance?
No, I don't know.
No.
No.
Why not?
I just, still remember dancing with Joe, and I just don't want to dance with anybody else. I hope you understand, Marcello.
Yes, I do, but Kelly, it's all right. You've made great strides. I'm very, very proud of you.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of proud of myself, I guess.
Good.
I mean, I dressed up,
Yes.
went out, laughed a little bit.
You managed to get a little too, yes?
The pain's still there.
Yes, I know.
Will it ever go away, Marcello?
Not the memory of it, no. Psychic pain stays with us always. It's sort of like a shadow that we see only when we look back. So the trick becomes Not to look back. To concentrate on the future.
Would you mind?
Yes, yes.
What are you doing here?
You really love watching me squirm, don't you?
You bet. And what I'd like best is to see you crawl across that floor on your hands and knees.
Well, you won't see it. I'll find somebody else who can help me. I'm not going to beg for anything from scum like you.
Oh, so now I'm scum, am I?
You always have been, Hank.
Gee, you sure know how to sweet-talk a guy, don't you?
I hate you.
Sit down. I might be willing to help you out.
Is this some kind of trick?
No tricks. Say I'll do it for old time's sake. Black market pills cost plenty, honey. But you gotta be willing to shell out.
How much?
How soon you want them?
Right away now.
For somebody who says she's not hooked, you're in an awful big
Hank,
hurry.
just tell me how much.
How much you got on
Don't
you?
play games with me.
I'm asking you how much.
I got more than enough.
How much, damn it?
$500.
That'll do. For a start.
For a start? Are you crazy? Shh. Prescription cost me $30 to get filled.
Yeah, but you can't get it filled now. Now, you gotta go to the street, baby. And you gotta pay there. I want that $500. When I come back with the pills, I want another $2,500 in cash.
$3,000?
That's right. But you'll have enough to take a nice long ride on. It's up to you. Take it or leave it.
Well, here it is.
Oh, you're right. That is a lot to digest on an empty stomach.
Oh, why don't Warren and I go and make you a sandwich and some coffee while you look it over?
Excellent idea. It's been a busy day.
Well, I've already looked it over. It's a big job.
Yeah, I don't intend to assimilate it all tonight, just sort of get a rough idea. I do concentrate better when I'm by myself, though.
Well, we'll try to make as little noise as possible.
Thank you.
Come on, Warren.
Nothing personal. Channing's file. And an address for Lindsay Smith. Good. Strong likelihood that Peter Flint was blackmailing Channing and or Lindsay. Yes, Mr. Smith? Yes, I'm connected with Cruz Castillo and Officer Maggie Gillis. I'm wondering if you could meet me later tonight and answer a few questions. You are? Well, how about after that? Well, 1 a.m. would be fine. The law never sleeps. No, the bistro is open until 2. Yes, I realize it's an imposition, Mr. Smith, but it'd be a great help to us in our investigation. Oh, don't worry about that. I'll recognize you. Fine. I'll see you there.
I wouldn't trust him if he takes the case. I wouldn't trust his motives. Mason always seems to have an angle on everything.
I'm surprised at how suspicious you are of people.
Well, I'm surprised you're not more suspicious being a cop and all. Like I said, it's your case, and if you want Mason to take it and he decides to, that's fine. I'm not going to interfere. But you might have to do a lot of sandwich making for him. Be sure he deducts it from his fee.
You just plain don't like him.
Well, don't forget, we have a long-standing feud with those folks.
Feuds in this day and age. Jeez. There we go.
Looking good?
Yeah, I think so. Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Well,
So?
I know enough to know that I want to take the case. Tuna?
A salad.
Charming.
Well, you're sure?
Oh, no, I'll need to look over it more, of course, and I'm probably going to need an assistant.
Well, I could give you all the help that I can. I've been helping Maggie so far. I'm kind of up on it.
Well, to put it as delicately as possible, Warren, I don't think we can work together. I don't think that our family history is exactly conducive to cooperative enterprise. Good sandwich. I'm sorry, but those are my conditions.
But Warren's put a lot of time and work into this.
No, I'm sorry, folks, but those are my conditions. And as your last hope for legal representation in Santa Barbara, I'm afraid you're going to have to make a choice, Maggie. It's either Warren or me.
So the fact of the matter is that you're the reason that Kelly has been so unwilling to come home?
Ah, don't be absurd, Eden.
Eden, that's not it at all. He only got to Bermuda this afternoon.
Really?
Yes, really. And part of the reason why I came was to persuade Kelly to return to Santa Barbara. I think going back with the family now is the best thing for her.
Well, if I misjudged you, I'm sorry.
Oh, you misjudge me so often, so often. It's a wonder that you don't learn from being so wrong so often.
Can I talk to you privately for a moment? Where's your room?
What? It's across the hall. What do you want?
I see.
No, you don't. Marcello and I have a professional relationship, and that's it. And what are you here for anyway?
Daddy sent me because he's worried about you.
Well, he needn't be. Kelly is doing very well. As a matter of fact, your behavior here is doing her more harm than good.
I don't need any criticism from you, all right? I trust Kelly and I don't trust you. Now, Kelly, pack your bags. You're coming home, me.
No, Eden, I'm sorry, I'm not going to. I'm not going to be ordered around by you or Daddy or anybody else.
Fine. Fine.
I'm almost finished. I'll be out in a second.
Oh, that's okay. There's no rush.
It's all right. I'm done.
Thank you.
Good night.
You too.
You're back.
Oh, Rosa, thank you for taking care of Brandon.
I'm always happy to spend some time with Brandon. Good night.
Night. $2,500.
Maggie, what's it going to be? I have to run.
I'm sorry. I appreciate your coming and looking over the material. But Warren's been involved with this almost from the beginning. He helped me when nobody else would. I think he cares just as much about the outcome as I do.
I'm sure Warren is very loyal.
He is. And because of that, I can't choose you over Warren. Thank you for your trouble, and goodbye.
My Officer Gillis. If I didn't know you were a married woman, I'd have all sorts of wrong ideas.
Yeah, that's about enough out of you, Mason.
Oh, calm down, Warren. I didn't mean anything. All right. Since you both feel so intensely about it, I'll take the case in spite of Warren's involvement.
You will?
As long as we understand who's in charge.
Well, you won't get any arguments from me. I'm no lawyer.
Well, then I suppose we'll be able to muddle through, won't we? Thanks for the sandwich, Maggie. I'll talk to you soon.
Oh, and thank you, Mason. I don't know if you know how glad I am that you're on our side in this.
Well, if you're half as glad as you should be, I'm satisfied. Goodbye. Bye, Warren.
See, Mason?
Isn't it wonderful we have a lawyer?
Yeah, well, we've got ourselves an egomaniac, too.
Oh, Warren.
All right, he's better than nothing.
Oh, he's a lot better than that, and you know it.
Okay, he's a lot better than that. I gotta run.
I wish you'd try to be happy about this.
I'm happy. I'm happy. Look, you about knocked me out when you said you'd take me over Mason. Thank you.
Channing Capwell? These are my father's. What the hell is Marcello doing with my father's dog tags? What's going on?
Frank, my friend, let me have the usual. You got it. This is an occasion to celebrate. I have a new job, and I've come across some very interesting information.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it.
Don't you have one with me?
No, not while I'm working, thanks.
Oh, then I'll have to drink a toast alone. To my late, lamented brother Channing, who's finally going to bring me the happiness I so richly deserve. You don't know, Frank, for years my father's held the memory of Channing over me. But now, you just don't realize how wonderful it's going to be when he finds out.
Finds out what?
Little secret I discovered. And best of all, I get to be the one to break it to him.